Baja, a land of untamed beauty, where the desert meets the sea, where the sun burns the earth and the wind carves the land. This place is wild, raw, breathtaking, and unforgiving. For motorcycle riders, Baja is more than just a place, it's a proving ground. The legendary Baja 1000 pushes men and machines to their limits. 1,000 miles of sand, rock, heat, and exhaustion. Not everyone will race Baja, but every rider who sets foot in this desert understands the battle. The ride itself is the test. For 7 days we ride, from Cabo San Lucas to Ensenada. 11 men pushing through the dust, the heat, the unknown. This is adventure at its rawest. But it's more than just the ride, it's a mission, a challenge for something greater. We ride for a purpose, to raise funds for Trailhead International, building churches in developing countries. Make no mistake, Baja does not give passage freely. This land is alive and it does not welcome intruders. The sand shifts beneath you, swallowing your tires. The rocks lie in wait, ready to snap metal and bone. The hills rise like giants, daring you to climb. Out here, it feels as if the desert itself is watching, waiting. One by one, it tries to take us out. Every mile, a new test. Every turn, a new threat. This is what we came for. The challenge, the struggle, the ride. Ride Extreme Baja. Survive the desert. Change the world. Welcome to Baja. This is the third day of our ride through Baja, Mexico, making our way to the laid-back surf town of Scorpion Bay. Then it's wide open across the salt flats. We end the day rolling into San Ignacio, sandy, salty, and smiling. I was 56 during this ride. My motorcycle riding experience was when I was young too. It was sort of like 14, 15. Baja, why Baja? It sounded like a wonderful adventure and, you know, rough, rugged. We all found out a little bit how rough and rugged it was, and to say that we did it, that's like a feather in our cap, right? To say we did it, I think that's pretty cool. I was more excited about this ride than Nicaragua because it was like, let's go play in the dirt. You got to deal with the sand, and it's all day, every day. But once you kind of figure that out, it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a blast.
You realize it's not just Paul Lehman, that is also the Apostle Paul, and we also refer to him as No Fall Paul.
And with hair like this, it's like Hollywood.
Right?
Hollywood's another one.
Brad Pitt.
You'll hear it's the No Fall Paul because that's the slowest guy in the back.
Maybe the wisest guy, yeah.
I remember it being miles of sugar sand to get to the really bad sand before you got to the beach. So it was like, you know, just burning your clutch, just and then we went up, and then it was like a slough of sand down to the beach.
Trail 1/3 is wide. Yeah. But at least you had stuff to go into. Yeah.
Man, I don't think we had a clue at this point of how fun this was going to be.
Yeah, this is really amazing.
All right, so we're going to go do a flyby right by Jeff Atkins. Pass it all out. Just drive right past it as fast as you can. All right.
Just as fast as you want to ride. This was a great day.
Yeah, if I could just go back and do
There's like so many things that you will never be able to do again, and riding down a beach like this with all your best bros, I mean, it's just hard to put a price on that.
I remember at one point you and I just handlebar to handlebar.
Yeah.
It's just wide open.
Just ringing it out. Like there's nowhere in the U.S. that I know of that you can really do this.
The next time Lake Lewisville gets down 4 or 5 feet, we're going to do this from my house to 380.
Dodge the cars.
Yeah, dodge the tires and beer
all the
bottles.
dead bodies. Yeah, this was magic.
Yeah, that's definitely a top 10 bike day of all time. That
Yeah,
day.
hard to
Hard to beat that.
Hard to duplicate that. Like, even if you wanted to go back to this very site, it would be really hard.
First time.
Yeah. Yeah, just mile. I mean, how many miles do we ride like this? Like,
And a half hour at least.
It wasn't enough. So here Poncho started correcting us. He wants to like take a video with his phone. So he's one-handing it on the beach, you know. Cooper's like, come on, Poncho, can't you get a little faster?
the wind coming off of the ocean and humidity.
Well, what a beautiful beach. I mean, so many of the beaches are, you know, they're not sandy, they're rocky, they're shelly, they're on a high angle, you know.
There's people.
Yeah, there's people.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a
There's not
this
a
is a
house.
$1 billion stretch of beach.
Yeah.
If they had electricity and water,
Yeah.
right?
Seeing those sand dunes, I'm surprised somebody, Bruce Walker, didn't say, hey, I can climb that. I'd like to see you try that.
We can go down at once. And that's a pretty good grade. Look,
Oh,
look
yeah.
up there in the
Yeah.
distance. It's a pretty good grade.
Yep.
Yeah. Sweet.
I think part of the fun is obviously experiencing it for the first time myself, but experiencing it with my friends and then knowing that I'm probably never going to be able to do this again is really, you know, the trifecta of being able to do a trip like this.
Yeah.
I think we rode 20 miles up that beach.
Probably.
Close.
Can you believe this? Oh yeah. Uncut beat. This is crazy.
Cooper calling.
Oh, yeah.
I remember on that run, that was a great one, when we were all just running wide open, and then we turn around and go back so we could run wide open again. And then you and I were side by side. You and I were racing side by side, but I knew that I had a 6 gear, and he didn't. So I'm just like, wow, we're running side by side, and I started listening for his bike to go, na 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 na. You know, when they hit that, and they're gone. Yeah, they're gone. And as soon as I heard his bike had no more juice left, I'm just like, boop, pop it into 6.
Here it was cold.
Seeing this video for the first time in years, it reminds me, I was also so worried about the heat, how hot it would be.
Mhm.
And then as it turns out, we were more often cool
Right.
than hot.
Right. There were definitely times that you were hot, but anytime we got on the coast, it was
Right.
chilly.
Oh, especially the Pacific side.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, that water's cold.
It is.
Oh, there's the car.
Yeah.
There was icebergs out there floating in the Pacific.
That's what I don't want to have happen to my van.
Well, I saw some of that happening.
So someday a guy went down there and it wouldn't start, and the tide came in,
Yeah.
and he just left it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think by choice.
I'm king of the world.
In my sunken car. My sunken Dodge Caravan. It's so fun.
Kind of a cool shot of everybody riding together. Oh, we see the fish. And Poncho's like, hey.
The thing is like longer than our motorcycles.
All I know is Bruce tried to resuscitate it. You gave up way too soon.
What if that thing had just kicked up and like hit you in the head and knocked you out?
You wouldn't believe what happened to Bruce on the right extreme.
Gosh. It's crazy.
You can tell you're getting into a fishing town because people are kind of out on the beach.
So this big peninsula up here to the left, this is where the town is, right?
Yeah, so this is Scorpion Bay actually. So because
Okay.
it comes out like a little scorpion tail.
Yeah. We probably broke a law there or something.
So they pull their boats up when the tide's up
Yeah.
and just leave them. And,
Yep. Whatever floats their boat, right?
right?
But then you got to ride up
there's
these.
There's all the birds. I remember this a little bit.
You got to ride up these, like river rock, almost black river rock, to get out of off the beach.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, some rocks. So here they've like dumped the rocks to keep the erosion control, right?
Mm-hmm.
Send it. Just send it.
Where we got out, I think that was pretty much it, wasn't it? Because it was off
It
cliff
was.
after that. Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
This was just beautiful.
Go to this little taco hut on the beach.
Yeah, here's like
Could you take
that
some?
long caravan
Mhm.
guy just living life. He's got his
Mhm.
surfboards and
Yep.
Could you take Sweet Julie there and spend a week?
I don't know.
She'd be a little bored, maybe.
I don't know.
oh, my wife would be scared to death the whole time. When's the cartel coming?
John and Dean are not with us.
John and Dean are not with.
What about Joe? Joe with us?
No, Joe's not with us either.
Oh, Joe missed the beach.
Yep.
Poor Joe.
Man.
Poor Joe.
All right, so here's the other group. See this other group leaving?
It's not often you run into somebody you know in the desert in
Right.
Baja. Take advantage of that.
Here's your prime parking for your
For your rig.
rig.
That would be $250 a night, please.
Rich, you say like you've heard that a few times.
I haven't been kicked off of any place yet.
Lunch?
This was a fabulous lunch. It was simple, but man. How you doing?
Great, man.
That was so awesome.
It never crossed my mind that we would get to do that. That was
Me
so
neither.
different
That
than
was-
the other day. Wasn't
Yeah. Like 5 miles an hour versus 50.
it? How many miles did we ride the ocean?
I don't know, but it was a while.
What'd you get?
You were steadily just.
15, 20 at least.
I haven't done anything that cool since yesterday.
It was gorgeous.
90%. Boom. 6th gear. Oh yeah. No, I was all the way.
We just rode from the Sea of Cortez again to the Pacific Ocean, and about the last 25 miles was on the other side of that bay. We were going, I don't know, probably only 30 miles an hour, but maybe 50. It was so cool, so different than the Sea of Cortez, saying we could go about 5 miles an hour. Anyway, we'll have some video for you later. It's just amazing. So we just got here. We stopped at this little restaurant, and we're gonna have some fish tacos and some shrimp tacos. You can see all our bikes lined up. It's gonna be good. So right now we're leaving lunch, and that water's just so blue, beautiful.
That big old school bus made it down there. Your caravan can make it down there.
Totally.
You know, somebody bought that and made it their camper van.
Oh, they're
Right
living
there
that
is
thing.
an hour.
Look at that. And that right there is a full-on pull it down with
Yeah.
the trailer hitch.
I sure would hate to drive a school bus that far down the Mexican highway.
You're just gonna fit in with the half a dozen other.
I mean, you would
school
fit
buses.
in, but it would be like loud and bumpy and
Yeah.
not cool and
Right.
not comfortable and
Kind of like riding a motocross.
kind of like riding
Right.
an XR 650
Oh,
to
how
Nicaragua.
far are we off the pavement here?
You're not at all. I was looking at the map while ago, and
close.
there's a highway literally that runs straight up to Tijuana from here.
What's the name of it?
The Cartel Highway.
Highway 1.
All right, look at this little sign up here. Kind of hard to see it. There you go.
Grandpa at play.
Yeah.
Grandpa's
Slow down. Grandpa's at play. So it's a picture of a grandpa, a little dog, and a little kid.
And it's in English.
Like speaking Spanish would come in so handy.
Be interesting to know today. Is it much different now that COVID's over?
Yeah, I don't know. I was making sure everybody knows where to
Nobody gets
go.
lost.
here.
I know how to get lost. Let me
Yeah.
just tell you. Bruce, I'm looking after you, buddy.
Speaking from experience,
Yeah. And here's the gas station.
This is Itchy Boots'.
Was it? I was trying to remember. Was it Itchy Boots or was it the other guy that did this? Maybe it was
I
Itchy
think it
Boots.
was Itchy Boots.
Okay. Well, and she rode with Poncho.
Okay.
If you watch the video, her and
Okay.
Poncho were riding, and Carlos was riding with them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Carlos launched his bike just like John Barnes did.
Okay.
And you see Poncho like he puts his hands in the air, and the bike's gone, and Carlos is just standing there with the bike no longer there, and he puts his hand on his head, and he's like, "I'm so sorry."
So this is marketing genius right here. If you were to have a gas station, how would you advertise it?
$sign.
You put a $sign on the door and no other markings.
That means your gas costs money.
It costs lots of money.
Now we go to the salt flats. To me, this is
That same day.
yeah.
Salt flats, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm recording. I can't. It's hard to hear the beep when everybody gets their engine going.
As I recall, I am riding handlebar to handlebar with you down these roads,
How about on the bike? Still good?
and we are flying. We are going way beyond our capabilities, and not really sure. Like as you're looking where you're going, like do you go left? Do you go right? It really is the same, but I just remember like it's the wind's blowing, the sand's in your face, the sun's in your eyes. We're riding way beyond our capabilities, and nothing bad's happening.
And we hope
If
our
all
guys,
goes wrong, we wake up in eternity.
That's right. What's the worst thing that can happen?
and we hope Poncho knows where he's going. It's like, you know, how would you like to be a guide?
You're
in
like,
this?
there is no
There's nothing,
road.
you know?
There is no marking. There's no landmark.
Just keep the sun on your left, and you're good to go,
Yeah.
right?
Keep it just right about, 11 o'clock. That's an awesome day. Yeah, this is the part that I remember Jeff and I
Oh, this nearly
hammering down. We were like bouncing down here like kangaroos. I remember we were all riding pretty tight. Sun was going down. There was it was like you were riding in smoke. There was so much, dirt here. Of course, our lenses are, at the end of the day, and you were tired, but you were like, okay, this is exciting, this is exhilarating, and it's fun.
Look at the shadow. Gives you a better idea of the vibration.
Yeah. Sad part of the day here, my little fender bag is going to disappear. So,
So it's on there right now.
it's on there right now. This is the washboard bumpy road. So it's there, but this is just rough stuff. It's hard to
now it's
describe.
gone.
It's gone. Yeah, it's gone.
So what was in it?
So tools, little tool. So Poncho, if you're listening, be on the lookout. I'd like to get my bag back. If I'm sure it's walked away by now.
All $14 worth of rusted tools.
Yeah,
I need those back.
I need them back. I do. It's memory. I'd probably hang it on the wall.
Right, the trophy.
To be honest.
This is the night that we got into town after the sunset.
No.
Yes.
We ate on the patio.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, that is the day
ate on the
that you
patio.
crashed. The day that we rode into the town with the $1 million view and the $5
We hadn't
bed.
crashed yet. I think it's the next day.
This is the day the sun was setting. This was some of the hardest riding.
No, this was not. This totally was not.
A what?
Little old man stop here.
Yeah, I don't know who at this table would have started
Who would
that.
need to do that?
I don't know.
Let's see. Well, y'all had depends on, so
Yeah.
it had to be me.
Well, that depends. And there's not any tree or bush or shrub or
nothing.
rock.
Who's on the right there outside of the roadway?
Oh. Shake, shake, shake. Da-na-na-na. Shake, shake, shake.
But Jeff, I got your back, okay? I got your back because the older I get, the more times I don't want to miss the opportunity to pee if I can. And then at some point,
We're gonna get the shadow.
Get the shadow.
Get the shadow.
yeah.
That's Paul's new nickname, the shadow.
You don't get all of it because I wise up and I'm like, oh,
Wouldn't that be funny?
better
That'd
turn
be
the
funny if
camera
he
on.
just pivoted. I thought you lost your tool bag.
Oh, there it is. Touche, my friend. Touche. Very good.
I was on that 400 and I was so tired of kickstarting that thing at the end of that.
Well, luckily on a 400, it kickstarts pretty.
Well, you know,
pretty
you
good.
had to push that button.
The
pull
decompression button,
on it.
right.
Yeah. And
That helps.
if you didn't hit that, it'd almost take your kneecap off.
Right. But this is where
we pulled
yes.
into this town late at night
Yes.
after we had ridden a very
Yes.
difficult hour and a half stretch into the sun.
Talking it over. Oh! I remember this. This is where there was a cat
Yes,
on the porch
We have the.
that Cooper found,
Yeah.
and
Oh, this is where those cool people were that had that big motorhome. See that motorhome off in the left?
Yeah.
The guy that way outshot his coverage on his wife.
I'll tell a story on myself here. We are at this beautiful restaurant. So the waiter comes up to me and he says, "Can I get you something to drink?" And I was like, "Come here." And he gets right down here in my ear and I'm like, "Can you just bring me a margarita, but keep it on the down low?" And he's like, "Oh, sure." Okay. And he walks down to John and Brian's end of the table. I'm down at this end, they're down at that end. And he said, "Who ordered the margarita?" And I was like,
He didn't know comprende. No comprende.
It's been kind of a tough week, and it's hard on everybody. And Jeff was out of laundry, so he did some laundry last night. Right? And he washed a bunch of stuff in the sink, had it hanging around the room, and it kind of reminded me of back home sometimes when stuff's hanging. Well, anyway, that's a different story altogether. But anyway, so this morning we get up. And it's still wet. A lot of it's still wet. And Jeff's walking around, you know, I got to put these cold shorts on. And what are we going to do about these cold shorts I've got? And so we're thinking, okay, what you really need is an oven or something to put them in, warm them up a little bit, you know, before you put them on. And the only thing we got close to that's a microwave.
That's what you smell burning in your room.
Jeff puts his shorts in the microwave. Now, to his credit, he didn't have them on when he put them in the microwave. But Jeff put his shorts in the microwave and zapped them for about 30 seconds. And I think it really put a pep to his step today.
Good job, yeah.
Yeah.
Little snug.
And so I think we need to tell Sherelle that if Jeff's a little slow on the yard, you know, hadn't get the room painted or something, that she could try microwaving his shorts. Add the little zip to
I
it.
could think
there.
of another thing or two that she could do. Probably. You want to mention that to her? Go ahead.
No, I don't want to.
No. She already knows this is on Facebook
If you like this video, click like and subscribe. And I also challenge you to invite 3 friends to also like and watch these videos and connect to what we're doing.